everyone, in this video we're going to be checking out the OzNerfNerd Deluxe Longshot Kit. There is so much stuff to go over in this, so we might as well dive into it right now. As you can see, you get quite a few pieces inside the Longshot Deluxe Kit, so let's go over each of them, starting from the left. You get a couple of plunger head pads to prevent against damage from dry firing and just overall use in general. You get a replacement O-ring. You also get a metal reinforcement piece for the plunger cap. You get a 3D printed dead space removal piece that goes inside the black cup of the Longshot. You also get a 3D printed piece that he calls a yoke. This is where your spring is going to rest on the plunger rod. You get two metal brackets for reinforcing your bolt sled so it doesn't break at higher spring loads. And a quick note, you're going to have to epoxy the metal pieces into your Longshot for them to be useful. You also get a small bag with these tiny little bolts and nuts and two 3D printed pieces that go into the screw parts of the cap of your plunger tube, I guess, to reinforce it and just make it more secure. You also get these three little pouches of super lube to grease up everything, and you get this very nice hefty spring. I'll have the spring load somewhere on the side, but it feels very nice and I am excited to use it. Now I'm going to go install this into a Longshot and I'll show some video of me doing that, but OzNerfNerd has a bunch of videos showing the installation process for all of his kits in great detail, so if you want to see a detailed look at how to do that, if you do decide to buy this, his channel will be linked in the description. I am now getting ready to install the metal pieces that go in the Longshot. I have their corresponding pieces, and I have some sandpaper, some Eraldite 3-day epoxy that I got shipped in from Australia. This is like the strongest epoxy that I know of, that a lot of people know of. And I have cleaned down the bolt sled, and I've already sanded it. And all I have to do is sand these parts and this, so let me do that right now. Now that everything is sanded, I'm going to use some 91% rubbing alcohol to clean everything really well. I want this to have the best adhesion possible, so that's why I'm using 91%. Now that everything is clean and dry, I've gotten my 99-cent Home Depot clamps to help get the best adhesion possible to everything, since they will need to dry for about 3 days before I can take them off. But first, I need to take these little 3D printed pieces and get them inside the cap, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some super glue, because super glue is really good for 3D printed pieces. Now that I've gotten the little 3D printed pieces into the cap, it is now time to get the epoxy mixed up. Well, it's not the prettiest of things. I now have all this stuff clamped down, so now I just have to wait about 3 days for this epoxy to cure. Everything is now ready to be installed inside of the Longshot. I have the metal plates epoxied onto both the bolt sled and the plunger cap. These things are really on there, so they're not going to go anywhere. You could beat this thing to death and they would still be epoxied on. I also have the 3D printed yoke in place on the plunger rod, and you can see what that does. It just makes a nice resting place for the spring. I have the new O-ring on, as well as the padding, and I have the 3D printed dead space removal piece all set up. So now all I have to do is lube up the plunger head and the plunger tube, and then get the new bolt system on the connection points in the back, and then I will put it into the Longshot, and we will chronograph to see just how powerful this kit is. What is my final verdict on the Deluxe Longshot Kit? It is excellent. That is the one word I'll use to describe this. It is excellent. If you're looking for a kit that puts your Longshot up to really good performance levels without spending a ton of money that you can spend for metal fabricated stuff, CNC things like with Explorer, this is the kit for you. Seeing how Orange Modworks does not sell the Immortal Kit anymore, this is the option you should go for. It is an excellent option, even though I can see the price tag throwing some people off, especially since he has to ship it from Australia. However, the nice thing about OzNerfNerd is he sells some of the parts from the kit separately. So say you want the bolt sled reinforcement metal plates, you can buy just those. So that's a great option. You don't have to buy the whole kit to get parts of the kit. On a side note, I would highly suggest looking into either buying or making a shotgun grip to go with the 14 kilogram spring that's in the kit, because it is a bit awkward to one-hand prime. And I know some people out there are going to be going, Bobo, I have a 25 kilogram spring in my long shot. You are just a girly man. You need to buffen up. Sorry to say that not everyone is as strong as you, and I really feel that a shotgun grip would help push this kit above and beyond and would complement it so well, letting you prime the 14 kgs very easily and give you a nice rate of fire instead of having to pull on the weird bolt sled things and it being all awkward and whatever. So there you have it. That is my review for the Deluxe Longshot Kit from OzNerfNerd. Links in the description to where you buy it and to his channel. Like I said, this kit is awesome, and I think it's definitely worth checking out and buying if you have the money for it and you don't mind shipping from Australia. But yeah, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day wherever you are.